we begin today with college football. All the big schools played over the holiday weekend. Alabama played well enough in trouncing Miami to stay on top of the weekly poll. Wilbon, did Alabama look like the best team in the country to you?
Tony, I think so, but I don't know because, you know, we didn't get a big enough sample size, did we? I mean, you and I talked during part of this time. You know, we're two of those fanatics and we're clicking around trying to see everything we can see. So I don't know that Alabama's test was a great one. I wish I could sort of be in the Alabama coach's office to hear what they think as they look at the film from that game and assess, because you know they're going to grade harder, right? And so I think they looked the best of anybody who played. I love the reference to like last week and even some people this past weekend as week 0. Like, you know, the week coming up after Labor Day, that to me is the real first week of football, even though we had those big teams, you know, in action, Tony. I'm going to say yes, but I don't want to get crazy based on beating a Miami team that Mr. Pollock told us anyway was going to happen this way and going to play out this way, that they were no real match for Alabama. They weren't.
So what I did was I watched a little bit of a lot of games. You know, at any given time on my television set, I had between 6 and 8 games, and I would go from station to station, and I would hit the score. And if I was interested, because it looked like an upset or it looked like somebody was really dominating, I would watch that. But I sampled it. I didn't really concentrate on it. It was more like roaming through a candy store for me. I wanted to see Alabama because I wanted to see if the new quarterback was any good, and he was good. I wanted to see Notre Dame because I wanted to see who would replace Book, and it was the kid from Wisconsin, and he had a lot of good statistics. I wanted to see how Clemson would do without Trevor Lawrence, without Travis Etienne, and they were awful. They had 2 yards rushing, and that is not a misprint. So, I mean, I looked at a lot of things, and like you, it's a little too early to make a definitive judgment. I was told today, Mike, that in the playoff era, it's not that long, the playoff era, but that no team that has ever lost its first game got into the playoffs. But to me, if you're Clemson and you roll through the ACC and you win the championship and you're 11-1, I think you're going to get in.
ACC was not impressive, right?
No.
And by the way, a team.
No.
This is important only to me and a handful of people. Illinois, after I pronounced Coach Bielema returning the program to like Dick Butkus, you know, Ray Nitschke, Bobby Mitchell status, they went belly up against a non-Power 5 conference team. So there's a lot, Tony. You're right. It's sampling. What does it mean? Again, we got to wait. You know, this
so
week
I look for that. I look to see if small schools beat big schools, and I want to get this right. Montana beat Washington. Washington used to be really good.
And
UNC Charlotte beat Duke. Speaking of the ACC, Northern Illinois beat Georgia Tech. Tulane really scared Oklahoma. Randy Edsall, who we knew at Maryland, announced after the game that he would step down at the end of the season, and they said, how about stepping down now?
How about
now? That would be good.
How about now?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.